Searching for a budget 15-inch subwoofer feels like walking into a room where everyone's saying the same thing. Deep bass, high power, great value. But when you look closer, most of them can't back it up. The real difference isn't in the flashy ads. It's in the build, the specs, and how they actually perform when you crank the volume. Product number 1, Resilient Sounds Gold 15. First up, the Resilient Sounds Gold 15, a sub that caught my eye because it's built like a tank, despite its budget-friendly $360 price tag. If you want serious bass without breaking the bank, this is worth a serious look. It's conservatively rated at 1,000 watts RMS and peaks at 2,000 watts, which means it won't fry under pressure like cheaper subs might. The 3-inch 4-layer voice coil handles heat way better than standard coils, so you can push it hard during long bass drops without worrying about failure. And the triple-stacked Nomex spiders, they keep the cone aligned even when you're shaking the car. Here's why this matters for you specifically. If you've blown subs before from overheating or misalignment, this design actually prevents that. Now, some people might complain about the plastic frame. It's not steel, so it doesn't feel as premium. Here's the thing though, plastic frames can actually reduce resonance and unwanted vibration, which means cleaner bass, especially in tight enclosures. This is perfect for you if you want reliable, loud bass for weekend rides or car meets. Skip this one if you're building a competition-level system that needs ultra-rigid mounting. For the price, it's a solid performer. Product number 2, AudioPipe TS-PP2-15-D4. Now, if the Resilient Sounds plastic build gave you pause, this AudioPipe 15-inch sub steps it up with a heavy-duty steel frame and dual 4-ohm voice coils. Priced aggressively, though exact cost isn't listed, it's built for people who want durability and flexibility in wiring. It handles 500 watts RMS and peaks at 1,500 watts, with a frequency response down to 25 Hz. That's where you feel the sub bass in your chest. The 2.5-inch capped-on voice coil is heat-resistant and built to last, even when you're running it hard. Here's why this matters for you specifically. If you've ever had a sub overheat and lose output mid-song, this coil design keeps it consistent. The 80-ounce magnet gives it strong motor strength, so the cone moves accurately without distorting. Now, some people complained about the mounting depth. 6.75 inches is deep, so you'll need a properly sized box. Here's the thing though, if you're building a custom enclosure anyway, that's not a deal breaker, but it could be if you're trying to fit it in a shallow trunk. This is perfect for you if you want a balanced mix of power, clarity, and build quality. Skip this one if you're tight on space or need a sub that works in a compact sealed box. Product number 3, American Bass DX15. All right, that was a solid option, but the next one on my list might actually be better if you're on a tighter budget. The American Bass DX15. While pricing and full specs aren't listed, it's known in the car audio community as a no-frills workhorse that punches above its weight. Rated at 600 watts max, it's not the most powerful, but it's efficient and reliable for daily driving. The polypropylene cone and rubber surround give it good flexibility and longevity, even in humid or hot conditions. Here's why this matters for you specifically. If you just want cleaner, deeper bass than your factory system without spending hundreds, this delivers. It won't shake windows like the others, but it fills out the low end nicely. Now, some people say it lacks the punch of higher wattage subs, and they're right. If you're into heavy hip-hop or EDM, you might want more. Here's the thing though, for background bass in a daily driver, it's more than enough. This is perfect for you if you want an affordable upgrade that sounds better than stock. Skip this one if you're chasing earth-shaking volume or competing in sound-offs. Product number 4, AudioPipe TS-PP2-15 single 4-ohm. Now, if the dual 4-ohm version was too complex for your setup, this single 4-ohm version of the AudioPipe TS-PP2-15 simplifies things without sacrificing much. Same 500 watts RMS, same 25 Hz low end, same rugged steel frame and 80-ounce magnet. The difference? Easier wiring. Just one voice coil means you don't have to worry about parallel or series configurations. Here's why this matters for you specifically. If you're new to car audio or just want a plug-and-play solution, this saves time and confusion. The sensitivity is 88 decibels, which means it gets loud with less power, so even mid-range amps can drive it well. Now, some people say it's basically the same as the dual-coil model, and they're not wrong. But here's the thing. If you don't need the wiring flexibility, this is the smarter buy. This is perfect for you if you want strong, consistent bass with a simpler install. Skip this one if you plan to upgrade your amp later and want the option to rewire for different ohm loads.
Product number 5, AudioPipe 1800 watt dual 4 ohm coils. Finally, if you want the highest peak power on a budget, this AudioPipe 15-inch sub claims 1800 watts max with dual 4 ohm coils. It's mono output, bolt-on mounting, and made with a plastic frame, so it's lightweight but not as rigid as steel. The frequency response hits 25 Hz, so it can dig deep, but real-world performance depends heavily on your enclosure and amp match. Here's why this matters for you specifically. If you're chasing big numbers and want to maximize output from a high-power amp, this gives you the headroom. Now, some people complain it's overrated. 1800 watts peak doesn't mean 1800 watts RMS, and without clear RMS specs, it's hard to trust. Here's the thing though, if you pair it with a solid 800 to 1000 watt RMS amp, it'll still sound great. This is perfect for you if you want loud, aggressive bass and don't mind doing the research to match it properly. Skip this one if you want plug-and-play reliability or are using a lower-powered system.
So which one should you pick? The Resilient Sounds Gold 15 if you want balanced power and smart engineering. The AudioPipe Dual 4 Ohm if you need wiring flexibility. The American Bass DX15 for a budget daily driver upgrade. The single 4 ohm AudioPipe for simplicity. And the 1800 watt AudioPipe if you're chasing max output. All 5 deliver real bass without the premium price. Just pick the one that fits your setup and sound goals.